Hello! I'm late. Not terribly late, but I think I got my phone, my computer set up so I can record this. And hi, Heather. Sadie is here. She requested to join, so I'm going to bring her right on. Go live with Sadie Bass. Yes, please. Hi! How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, have you ever done QuickTime to where you record your screen on your computer?
I've done it on my phone, but I haven't done it.
Okay.
I'm not really that savvy.
Well, that's why we're late right now, because I've done it before, but there's a little button you have to push, and I think I've got it. So long as there's sound, because I've done it before when there's no sound, and then
It's just all muted.
yeah. So
For people who miss it.
yeah. Well, thanks for jumping on. So I'm gonna just sort of get started. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're-
You were
Tell me his name again.
it's a boy. It's Bentley.
Bentley. I was actually going to ask you about him. He looks like a teddy bear, and the photos you've taken with him are just the sweetest.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. He's just a little cuddler.
Yeah, so cute. So we chatted for just a little bit earlier today, which was super nice. You had mentioned that you just got in from the stand, and you were turkey hunting. So do you do that on most days?
Well, this year's my first year turkey hunting, so I've only ever harvested deer, and so it's like a whole new ball game. I don't know what I'm doing. So I've just kind of spent it only started on Saturday, so I've spent I think the last 4 days trying to get myself one.
And so, but no luck yet.
No luck. No, I've seen some hens, but no toms. So just the boys for turkeys. I don't know if you guys know anything about turkey hunting.
No, I mean, I knew what a tom was, but that's about the extent probably of my knowledge of anything you would say about it.
Like I said, I'm brand new too, so.
Yeah, I was lucky to know what you meant when you said a stand, but I am exposed enough. So what was I going to ask you? I'm going to go right in because I could talk to you for hours about all kinds of things. So tonight's the premiere of the 4th episode of For Lover Likes, right? On the Outdoor Channel.
Yes, at 7. Well, that's Eastern time.
Yeah.
So you got different time over by you.
Yeah, at 5 Mountain Standard. So I tried to watch, because I had planned to watch this weekend. I wanted to get caught up on the episodes I've missed. And so I went to their website, and then I watched all the scenes that they provided and the clips. And then after each one, it just says, contact your TV provider to see this more. So is there no way that we can stream this? Do you have to have real live, cable TV to watch this?
So many people have asked this. As of right now, yes. The only way to watch it is to have the Outdoor Channel. And a lot of people don't have it, or even have cable. I have to go to my parents to watch it. I'm there right now to watch this stinking show. But apparently they're going to have an app out soon to be able to stream it through there.
Okay.
So, and that'll hopefully be free, I'm guessing. Or you could do the free try subscription and then just cancel it if you watch it. But, yeah. So, but, I will say, though, the clips that they put on the page, give everything away. So you already know what happened.
Well, I can't get enough. I want to see it, which I was so, it was so badass of you holding the bow in that spot for all that time. I'm like, how in the world did she do that?
I was so nervous on the show because, I just grew up hunting with my dad. I don't have a bunch of monster bucks. We're lucky to have a 6-point, So when they asked me to do it, I was like, are you sure you're asking the right person? Yeah, I'll do it, whatever. But I was pretty nervous.
Well, so you answered a couple of my questions already just in that, was about, if you were nervous. And then another thing in that vein is that, so For Lover Likes, I was kind of thinking, like, so how legit is this? Like, you can tell from the clips that, like, you really hunt. And then you can tell from the clips that maybe some also hunt and then some maybe don't so much. So, like, I'm curious, one, since I'm new to this and I don't have I don't have TV. Back up just a fuzz. Mo TV, is it, I have that written down here. I think you had tagged them. It's the other outdoor channel, and I don't know if they're connected, but it looks like you can.
That's the app that would come out that would have the show, I believe, in a couple weeks.
Okay. Oh, so see, I signed up for the free trial on that website. But it only showed for Lover Like season 1 and season 2. So it didn't show 3 or 4. So maybe that's coming. So definitely keep us in the know.
They're not releasing 3 on there and then 4. That would suck. But either way, I'll figure it out. And for like specific people, I might be able to send links to the season. So
I want to see it today.
I think you have it in.
Okay, that's cool. That makes me so happy because, yeah, my heart was literally broken when I'm like, what? I cannot watch these. But, okay, so, yeah, before I ask you too much, like, one, what are the stakes of the show? I guess, like, I'm assuming there's a winner, and someone wins, and do they win a prize? And do you know?
So, like, are you saying, like, the whole kind of like summary of the show, what it's about?
Yeah, because I get that, because there's a clip in there where you say, I can't afford to lose. And so that made me wonder, I'm like, so is there like one person that wins, like gets the most points, and then there's a cash prize? Like what are you doing there?
So, okay, so for that, I knew people were going to ask this. I got so many messages. They're like, why can't you afford to lose? Like, this isn't like anything about like music. Okay, so basically that, when I said that, it was an interview question for a competition in the show. So, like, that competition, so they do, like, when you go, okay, I'll just start from the beginning. When you do for Hunting for Lover Likes, they get girls that have, you know, bigger social medias that post pictures with guns or clothes or hunting or whatever. And some girls do, and then there's some girls who don't, which, like, whatever.
Yeah, like I noticed.
Yeah, if there's girls who want to wear, like, bikinis and, like, take pictures with guns and stuff, like, there's a following to that. There's people who want to see that, but then this show is just, like, putting, I guess, those girls to the test.
Yeah.
But, again, for anyone who's new here, I have a music page. I don't post that kind of stuff.
Right. Yep.
But, so, yeah, basically, they put us on there, they put us to the test. So you go to Louisiana for a week, and you hunt morning and night. And then during the day, there's competitions between the girls. So, like, who can shoot the furthest, or the most accurate, or there's strength challenges, or obstacle courses, things like that. And with each challenge, you can get points.
Okay.
Or they did this year where if you won a challenge, then that would change up your hunting spot. So, like, I got moved around so much that in that moment, I was like, dude, I cannot afford to lose this. Like, otherwise I might not get a buck. So, that's what I said there. But then, so there's points with competitions, and then each doe that you get, hog that you get, and then whoever gets the biggest buck, like, that gives you more points towards your overall score. And then at the end, you win, like, thousands of dollars worth of, like, camo and hunting stuff, and you kind of get to work with brands, and then you get a free mount with, like, a video on it. So,
got you. Okay, so it's really, okay, so it provides a platform for some exposure, so that would be the benefit. Okay, all right, well, all right. Okay, so now I feel, let me look at my list of questions. Let's see. So this is one of the things I wonder about this, okay, which we'll talk about in a second, because obviously COVID-19 and what it's done for you in the music industry is devastating. Like, you're in, and so we'll touch on that in a minute, but like, I'm still on For Lover Likes right now. I feel like the silver lining, or the flip side, just with what Sadie Bass has had going on, is like, do you feel like it was kind of a blessing as far as the release of this show? Because it released the beginning of April, which is right when we all got stuck at home, which means, do you think there are more viewers or that maybe might have been, or do you have any feelings on that? Have you felt anything?
I definitely, like, I have a lot more that goes with it, which I'm guessing you're going to ask, like, with how I'm doing with the Corona thing, but that was definitely one of the things that crossed my mind, because I even had, I think, 2 shows scheduled on 2 of the airings of the show, and my hometown originally actually was going to, like, we have one bar in our small town, and they were going to have a big viewing party and buy the channel, and everybody's going to go watch it, and it was so sweet, but, I was going to miss a couple anyway, so with this happening, at least I could, like, watch it with my dad, because that was, like, kind of special, and, you know, I've gotten more messages from people, you know, wanting to watch it, so they said that the views have gone up, which has been a blessing in that way.
So, okay, yeah, but still, overall, it's just a big, massive devastation, which we'll talk,
right,
yeah.
I mean, I will say I definitely got, like, when it happened, like, the first things that came to mind was, okay, I just spent, you know, months and months and months trying to book an entire year so that way my band could, like, go full-time, because I asked them, they were playing with other people too, and I said, hey, I want you guys full-time with me, like, what can I do to make that happen? And they said, we need to be making enough money, and you need to book more shows. So I was like, okay, so I booked my butt off, and then after I got done booking them all, I remember I had kind of, like, just, like, a weird feeling, because I was like, was that what I wanted to do? Should I have gone to Nashville a little bit sooner? Should I have stayed for this? Like, am I getting, you know, profiting? Just kind of that sort of thing. And then, here we are doing our shows, and I had them booked all the way up until, like, September, I think, which is supposedly when we're supposed to jump back on, so I wouldn't have any shows after that, as of now. And in the beginning, I was just like, well, I just missed out on all of this. Like, I'm not going to be making any money. I can't work any side jobs. But I will say that with this happening, like, everyone's getting organized. Obviously, like, you're doing things that you wouldn't do before, which I'm probably not you, because you are working in the same.
No, totally. It's making people think outside the box and get creative, and that's just what people do, because people adapt. Yeah.
Right. And I just, like, as soon as it happened, I was like, okay, what can I do to get ahead in, like, the business? Can I, like, write more, do this or that? And then I just felt like it was kind of my time to just, like, simplify everything again, back to kind of where I started, and, like, you know, instead of feeling bad for not posting every day, like, I'm going to go hunting, or I'm just going to sit around and do nothing. I don't want to check my phone all day. And so I feel like through the Corona, like, I've had a lot of healing, you know what I mean? And just, like, a fresh start. So that's a good part of it.
Well, that definitely answers one of my questions too that I had a little bit later on down the road. Did you become friends with the girls on the show? So you mentioned season 3. Are you in season 3 too? Or just 4? Because you said it'd be bad if they showed...
Just 4, but since you said they only had 1 or 2 on the app, I wondered if this year they were only going to put season 3 and not season 4 on the app or something, if they're, like, that far behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know either. I was devastated when I saw it. Like, I have a free trial, and I'm going to cancel that. I'd probably pay for it if they'd put your freaking season on. I mean, I would.
I'll figure out something else for you.
Yeah. Okay. So did you become friends? Did you build some relationships with those girls on the show?
I did, yeah. I mean, everybody's different in their own way, and obviously they showed certain things on the show, but overall, I think we got along pretty good, and I think, like, we'll end up having more hunting trips together, even though we're all from, like, different states.
Yeah, totally cool. So I'm not, I love people, and I know that we only got to see clips that they wanted to show us, and, did Sydney really need 15 hours of sleep a night? Like, was that a real thing that came out of her mouth?
So she said that, but with, like, Sydney, okay, so she didn't check her trail cams, like, late like we did and stuff. She didn't care. Like, that's just who she is. She's like, whatever, I'll just wing it. And I'm like, okay, more power to you, you know. But I don't think she necessarily needs 15 hours of sleep, but she needs her beauty sleep. Like, she makes it clear, otherwise she'll be cranky. So.
That was such a funny scene. I thought, really? Like that? Whatever. I looked.
The stuff of her talking about her cat. She has one of those cats where it's, like, flat-faced, you know what I mean? And they spend, like, 10 minutes on the show talking about this stinking cat. And I just thought it was hilarious.
That's crazy. crazy. Okay, anyway, enough about that. One last thing about the show that I noticed in the clips was I saw like some guitars in the background. Did you play anything? Did they have you sing on the show? And if you didn't sing on the show, did you like sing just with the girls?
So, sad story. They told me, they're like, hey, this is an outdoor channel, like national TV, bring your guitar, and then at night, if we have a bonfire, you can sing, and we'll put it on there, and it'll be like good exposure. And I was like, okay, now we're talking. Like, this is great. I get to hunt and then get some stuff for music. Well, I brought my guitar, which is a Gibson, which, mind you, musicians, we don't make a lot of money, so I'm broke. And this guitar is like working with my vehicle, which isn't worth that much either, but still, you know what I mean? Like, it's worth a lot to me. And I brought it as a carry-on at the airport, and they were like, hey, we don't have a lot of room for this. We're going to have to do checked carry-on. So they took it, and I was like, listen to me, like, this is my baby. Please be careful with it. Don't slam it down. And they're like, yep, we've never had any issues. So then I get my guitar back, and I don't know if you guys saw, but I ended up being, like, missing my second flight and being late. But I had showed up, made it in time for the challenge, but everything was so rushed that I didn't look in my guitar case till 2 days, like, into the show. And my neck was, like, broken on the guitar, so I couldn't play it. And it's still broken, actually, right now. But I couldn't play it, and so that all went out the window. But they had, like, an electric guitar there, which I don't know how to play an electric guitar. But one of the nights I just, like, picked it up and messed with it. So me and the girls sang a little bit, but I don't think any of that goes on the show.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I know, it's so sad.
My heart did just broke. Like, I want to break. Like, I could almost throw up. That makes me so sad. And I've almost cried twice now since you've been talking. Okay, well, so can that be repaired? The neck on the guitar?
For $2,500, yes, it can.
Oh, Sadie. Okay. Oh, my freaking... That is not the way I wanted that to go. Like, that is not...
I know, as soon as you asked me, she's not going to like the ending for the story at all.
Oh, I am so sorry. That stinks.
We're getting some hearts on here. Sorry, guys, we've been annoying you. Like sad stories and ruining everyone's day.
Well, you know what, though? This is good to talk to you and know these things, because I had this weird feeling. Like, it's funny when I kind of came up with this Sadie rally idea at the beginning of this week. There's a whole thing, and I'm not going to talk about it a bunch, but like, it was really heavy on my heart, and I hadn't had it planned. And but I was like, this is what I'm going to do this week. Like, this is my focus. This is what I have. I don't know how much it's going to matter or what sort of an impact it will have, but maybe we could rally and send Sadie like $500. And shoot, we could be 1,000. It could be 1,500. I mean, there's some potential depending on who comes through with what. But like, I started to get nervous because you and I hadn't chatted, and I'm like, I don't know what her situation is. Is she going to feel like I just didn't know how you would feel about that. But on my end, I just understand that your industry is devastated right now. And I understand that anybody who's not Tim McGraw or Blake Shelton or Carrie Underwood, like anybody who's not one of those people at that caliber, like, it's hard for them right now. I mean, people that have their first number ones on the radio even, and they're supposed to be hitting the road freaking hard to keep that momentum going, like, this is devastating. And the way that it is in the music industry, there's always someone else in line that never stops. There is so much talent in Nashville, and I mean, that whatever. I'm nerding out and I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but so I just feel good then about hopefully we can have a good weekend and I can have some good news for you.
I know, which even, I mean, money aside, like, I'm so thankful that you're helping and trying, and that you even decided to like make special pieces for me. Which, if anyone on here doesn't know, I had reached out and asked for, specific things for bracelets, and she just went overboard and like did all this awesome stuff, and is like helping me with my music now and helping me get funds for things like new merchandise coming out, or whatever, like my guitar breaking, just things like that. So I'm just super thankful no matter how the weekend turns out. Yeah,
well, I'm rooting for you and the boys, and yeah, I just want you guys to be able to hang in there and then keep moving. Like, this will evolve and it will come out of it, you know? I just want you guys, I'm just hoping you don't lose a bunch of momentum. So I was going to ask you about quarantine. You talked about it a little bit, like some of the silver linings, like taking some time to heal, to breathe, to hunt, spend time with your family. So who are you quarantining with? Like, you're not at your parents', but you still go to your parents. They're quarantined in their house?
I've been at my parents mostly, because obviously, like, they're older, so, like, if we get the corona, we're, you know, which is not funny, but
yeah,
they're, like, saying, obviously, they can't get it, so I'm like, okay, well, if I hang out with you guys, I can't go hang out with a bunch of my friends and stuff, you know what I mean? So I came over and, like, did a bunch of work for them at their house and, like, stayed busy, and that's where I do a lot of the hunting and stuff, too. And then I just have spent some time, like, at my cousin Claire's house doing stuff outdoors for her new house that she bought and things like that, but I haven't, like, seen any of my friends or anything.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Bentley is your parents' dog, or is that your Bentley lives at your parents' house or with you?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
with me.
Oh, with you.
Yeah.
Okay, your dog. I just wondered. I'm like, is that a childhood dog or is that not? But whatever. You know what I mean. Like at the parents' house or okay, that's cool. I feel like this is kind of a silly question because I feel like music-wise we already know, but I was going to ask you what your biggest struggle has been since COVID, and I'm assuming that's just that you had everything booked and you came off of the Brantley Gilbert cruise with some momentum and ready to roll, and now that's just been stopped cold.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest struggle, that, and just obviously, like, no funds coming in to be able to do more of the stuff that I had planned, basically.
Yeah, like the website work you had said, and then also you have all that new merchandise you were having designed and coming out with and stuff, which this is a side silly question because I'm weird about pronunciation. Do you say merc or merch?
I say merch. I say merch or merchandise, but you can say merch.
Okay.
I heard you say that before.
Yeah,
you were like, I don't know how to say it, and I was like, dude, me either. I don't know.
Well, I've heard it both ways, and I felt like there was one time on the Bobby Bones show. Do you listen to him at all?
Bobby Bones?
Yeah. Okay, so I love him and that show, and I listen to the Bobby Cast a lot when I'm working, and that's how I know anything that I know about anything in the industry. Just I kind of nerd out on that, and I say nerd out because I don't sing or have any other reason to like know anything about that. But he said one time on the morning show, he was like, he had said that you could say merc or merch. And then whatever, I'm like, is that a dream? Did I dream that? Just yesterday on the show.
Just make up your own word.
Yeah, he said merc. He says it both ways, and you never know which way. And so I'm like, okay, there's my validation. Like, he said it again. Okay, so I feel like you've sort of answered my next question, which I was wondering how 2020 was lining out before COVID. And you say you've had it booked all the way till September, and then you were going to do more for Love or Likes, right? Is that what you were And then, so then the next thing is like, what does it look like now? Is it just completely uncertain? Are you guys
like
still...
plans are kind of.
Yep, because as far as I like Taylor Swift, for example, like she announced that she will not do any shows in 2020. I feel like when big people start announcing stuff like that, that sort of sets the precedence for other people.
We're still kind of in the unknown just because we don't know. Like, I think things are starting to get better. I know people are talking about certain things being opened back up, but as far as music goes, I just had one guy who is running a festival, Country Boots and Bands, that we're doing again this year, and he reached out and was like, hey, can we reschedule it to September something? And I was like, September? And he's like, well, word on the street is that you won't be able to gather in groups of 300 people or more until September 1st, which don't go taking my word for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously rumors. I don't know. So anybody listening, I don't know, but that's just what I I heard. So I'm like, well, that makes sense because a lot of the people that emailed me canceled shows all the way up until I think August. So I mean, it would make sense if it's August or September. So
yeah,
I'm thinking we might. I mean, if we get lucky, like I'm doing worst case scenarios to prepare. Like all shows are canceled, so I have a plan just to be able to still make enough money and like, okay, if this year shows are going on, what else can I do? Whether it's putting out new music, or which obviously costs money and stuff too, but getting that website done, getting merchandise and stuff done, or do I want to go ahead and like start looking for the next year and go for it? So I'm thinking, and this isn't 100%. I kind of mentioned it to my band, but I'm thinking we might be able to still pick up some shows at the end of the year when it's allowed, whether it's September, October, November, December, and like finish off the year strong as we can. And then I talked to him about if we wanted to go ahead and make the move to Nashville a little bit sooner.
Okay.
And start networking down there, and they were liking the idea. So we wanted a whole year of like tour, if you want to call it that, under our belts.
Yep.
Besides the last year, we were just kind of like getting things around and figuring things out, and it went really well. But with this happening, we might just have to work on like the writing aspect of it and still doing shows, maybe just not every weekend like I planned. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Oh, that's a lot to think about. And you answered a lot of questions for me just there. I was going to ask you, if you could tell us about your choice to pursue music full time, because I had read in an article somewhere, like did you go to college on a softball scholarship? Is that right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of want to know how I got started in music?
Well, I'm interested in how you got started, but then when you decided, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do full time. Like, I don't need to get a degree in this or that I'm never really going to use because I don't really want to do that, and I'm going to just go do this thing that I feel called to do.
Well, okay, so I always played sports and stuff, like, all throughout grade school, and I got good grades and all that, but I ended up getting a scholarship for college softball, and I totally plan on going to school, finishing it off. I actually was interested in like physical therapy, or like I even got like personal training back when I worked out way more than I do now, and I was just like really into that, and I was like, yeah, doing sports, but I always, ever since I was like little, like I always wondered about what it would be like to be a country music singer.
There it is.
I'm a great music singer, but I was little and I was singing all the time, like by myself. But what everybody doesn't know is I was actually like so stage fright my whole life. Like I could not give any presentations at school. I was like sweating, like just I didn't like people looking at me. But like people were like, hey, come sing at our bonfire, just like my close friends. Because nobody like in high school really knew. Like a couple people I went to, I'm from a small town, and still like everybody was like, what? But so that was one thing that I never thought I was going to be able to overcome. And so for some reason, as I got in, I was playing college softball, I picked up the guitar a little bit more and just started like writing and playing by myself. And that's when on Instagram you could post like those 7-second videos.
Yep.
And so I took my face out and posted a couple videos like singing, and I was like getting good feedback because I really didn't know if I was good or if my parents just said I was good.
Right.
And so I was posting these little clips, and people were like, put your face in it. Oh my god, that was so scary. So then I did that and kept posting, and then I got asked to do this little the small bar, like come do a couple songs with the guitar, and I remember feeling it was packed, the whole place was packed, everybody wanted to know what this is all about, and I screwed up like so many times. I was so nervous. I said, nope, I'm going to be a songwriter, can't do it. But then God just kept giving me all these opportunities, and then before you knew it, I kept doing shows, and I couldn't get over the feeling, and then literally one day we opened for Brantley Gilbert the first time, and there was like 10,000 people in front of us, and for some reason ever since that show on, I wasn't stage fright. I don't know what, but
that's crazy.
That's kind of how it got started. I guess your question though was more, how did I know when to like quit and just say I'm not doing it. It's just, I remember I was actually on the beach with my cousin Emma one day, and it was after I played for a year, and she was asking about music and if I was ever going to do anything with it, and I was like, no, I can't just, do it with school. She's like, well, just quit. And I was like, no, I can't just quit. Like, what my parents say. And she's like, just do it. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And she's like, you've been talking about this for so long. Like, if you've got a feeling, just go with it. And I was like, oh, Shelby's on here. She said the whole truth. And I was just like, I don't know. And I remember since that day, a week had gone by, and I was like, it was just on my heart. And I was like, okay, this seems crazy, and no one's going to understand it, but, it feels right. And so I called up my coach. I said, I'm not playing next year. And he thought I was crazy, and I told my parents, and they thought I was crazy. I moved out, because obviously I was a poor college kid. And, yeah, so I don't know. I felt like God was saying, okay, it's either the easy way or the hard way. You can do something that you're not supposed to do and not be happy with it and just always wonder, or you can just do what I say and go for a ride. And I was like, okay, here we go.
So I got goosebumps 3 times during that story. Everything about it is completely 100% in line with my beliefs and the way I live my life, and I've been on both sides of it, and so I know exactly what you're talking about. And so good for you to be, you're 23 right now, right?
Yeah.
And so good for you to be freaking in your early 20s and listen to that feeling, because here's the thing. People go, I didn't listen to that feeling, until I guess I was 27, so I was a little bit older. And then, but some people go their whole life and never freaking do. They never do. And one of the things you hear about when people are interviewed at the end of their life, the things that they regret are the things they didn't try. The things that you wonder about, boom, right there. When you wonder, that's your guidance. Wonder and, yep.
I was 19, I think, when I made the decision.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. This is bad. This is my phone getting hot and flipping out on us. Okay, I'm going to... Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me... Okay.
I see it on there.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Oh, I can stare at my computer. Okay, I'm going to look at you, but I can't see me because I'm on the other side of my phone.
Okay.
If it switches again, tell me, and then I'll flip it around.
Okay. I forgot what we were talking about.
I know. Just about, if you wonder, that when you have that feeling, that little bit of curiosity, when you're like, what if, because we tend to live our lives in the negative what if scenarios, oh, well, what if this and what if this and what if this, but the real what ifs to live in are what if, that thing that sets your heart on fire, that thing that makes you get butterflies, that thing that's oh, I could never, how could I? Well, when my parents say all the exact thing, everything you said,
And
And
for some people too, it doesn't mean just get up and just go quit for whatever thing, but if you're maybe not everybody out here believes in God, but just praying about it or meditating on it or whatever, and really thinking on it, obviously, but just don't think too hard where you talk yourself out of it. You can always do it and not succeed. I've told myself that a million times, but what's the issue? At least you don't have to wonder. So.
That's the thing. Then you don't have to wonder anymore. You know you tried, and you know what happened. And the thing that I believe about that is, because that comes up all the time, Bobby Bones' second book, Fail Until You Don't. I don't like that word fail, because I don't really believe that anything is a failure. Even if, say tomorrow I open up my live. I'm sorry I'm not looking at you now because I can't see you. But,
no, it's okay.
I'm going to go live tomorrow, and I'm going to show the live screen of the sales on the behind the scenes on my website, where it shows orders coming in and the dollars. And one of my big fears of being vulnerable like that is well, what if we get 2 sales and make $20? That's not going to happen, but I want to make $2,000. I've got that goal, So it's but the fail part, fail until you don't, like, I don't think anything's a failure. I think that everything just teaches us what to do next. So when you follow that wonder or you follow that curiosity, and you've thought on it, you've prayed on it, it's not something you're just doing because whatever, it's not whatever. People might not understand, but you can feel it. It's like, even if that doesn't go the way that you planned or the way that you hoped or envisioned, like, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, my phone. I need a new phone. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so, it's
Nobody
just...
can tell anything's wrong from our point of view. I'm holding... look over it with that computer and it's fine.
I'm holding my arm out. I'm like you and the bow, except for not really, because I'm such a weenie and I can't even hold up my phone and my arm. Anyway, it's like, it's just going to open a different door, right? It's a paver. Like, if you look at each of those things as a paving stone, you walk towards the next, and then it's going to give you the next, So anyway, you talked about, because I have here, okay, what's next for Sadie and the boys? I have a question mark with an EP, because you had mentioned that about being in Nashville. I have moved to Nashville with a question mark, which you've already said that, like, so that is on your list of things to do, which I obviously...
It looks like Nick just joined us. He's the bass player in my band. He said howdy.
Hi, Nick.
Just shout out to Nick.
That's awesome. And I need to tell... Your bracelet is coming. I'm sending all that stuff in May, so the boys will have one of their boy braids soon. Yeah. So,
anyway, sorry, that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
I noticed him while we were talking.
Basically, you do plan to move to Nashville. You're working that way.
Yeah, we're thinking that that's probably the best plan for us.
Yeah, cool. Well, since I'm the Bobby Bones nerd that I am, I would agree, because I can't remember who I was listening to last that hadn't moved to Nashville. Might have been somebody that had won American Idol. I don't know who it was, but anyway, she was heck bent on traveling from California to Nashville, and he was like, well, good luck with that. Like, you're going to need to move here eventually. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. All right, what time is it? 4:24. I'll try to kind of go faster, but I did wonder a little bit about if you could tell us, I feel like this is a sad story, but I don't know. I was wondering if you could tell us about your wing tattoo.
Oh, it's not a sad story.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah. I know, everybody kind of wants it to be, because they want that touching thing.
I don't need that touching thing. Like, it can just be pretty. Right. I'm okay with that.
I wanted something, for those who haven't seen it, it's just an angel wing, but I just wanted, and it's the only tattoo I have, so I picked a big one, but I just wanted something, for God, but I couldn't pick a favorite scripture, and I didn't know where to just put the cross, and I was like, man, an angel wing would be really cool, because obviously, I always think of that, one saying that, this life compared to eternity is just a blink of an eye. Yep. And so, thinking that one day you're going to be an angel and stuff, I just wanted a reminder of it.
Yep.
On my arm, a big fat one. So, there it is.
Yeah. I love it. And our charms, totally just, you nailed it. I ordered the charms that you sent me the picture of, and yeah, they're perfect. I think about it all the time, and I love seeing them dangling on stage, in your photos and stuff. Yeah, I love all of it. That's one of the things I think about when I'm scared about something. I was super nervous to talk to you this morning. Just, when little things happen that are different, that push you outside of your comfort zone, one of the things I coach myself with is that, we're only here for a short time. Why not? You have to ask yourself that over everything. If you really want it, because for a minute I'm because I have big dreams, crazy weird stuff. And so I've always pictured myself on the red carpet with my kids, because I feel like they're going to make a movie about me after I write my book, which is,
you got a list girl.
Yeah, if you ever feel crazy for dreaming, like, just, you can talk to me any day and you'll feel a lot more sane than you did before, but whatever. But so I was like feeling nervous, and then I was telling him for a second there, I'm like, oh my gosh, never mind. I don't want to go to the red carpet. I don't think I could ever handle those nerves, but whatever. Like, we're just here for such a short time. And so we've got to we've got to check it all out, We've got to just check it out.
Do whatever makes you happy. And
yes.
That's ultimately
yes.
what it is. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or whatever. Like, so many times I even thought like about just like the pressures of like, okay, what if music didn't work out? Like, what would all these people think or whatever? Which I'm not saying it won't. Like, I believe that that's what I meant to do. But after a while, I was just like, okay, like, I'm just gonna do whatever makes me happy. Like, I'm not gonna live for other people. What their perspective is. So it is so much easier that way.
Well, because then you actually enjoy your day. You have a reason to wake up in the morning because you just like what you're doing, and then you have a purpose and a drive. You're reaching for something. Like, that's what keeps you going. I don't know. I could talk forever about all of those things. I was going to ask you about your eyebrows, because that's a weird thing that we have in common. I got my eyebrows microbladed in April.
Best thing I ever did, man.
Me too. I was going to ask you, do you shave and then like dye any of your hairs, or your hairs? So I haven't forever, and I need to, but like, I'm supposed to kind of trim them to keep the shape, and then my eyebrow hairs are really light, so I have this dye to put on them. Do you do any of that, or do you just microblade and like you're done?
My eyebrows are like kind of already this color, maybe a little bit lighter, and so they just were like so thin. Once they did this, like, I didn't have to do anything for a while, but it has faded a little bit. Yeah. So I have to like fill it in a little bit because I have gone back to get more, but like, best thing ever. Ever done. Like, when I go swimming, I come up through the water and I don't look like a freaking naked mole rat or whatever.
I never knew I would want my eyebrows done, but I loved it. The best thing I ever did too. So, okay, let's see. Let me look at, we've already talked about, I feel like we've kind of talked about already, why I'm calling this our Sadie Rally and Ready to Ship celebration sale. I've talked a bunch, like, I've done some crazy lady stories this week. For anybody who's gotten through them, it's just amazing to me that listen to any of that. But I'm going to go over when you asked for the wing charm, I was already transitioning out of Etsy. So when I first started my business, I started on Etsy really slowly. My goal over time, there's a whole thing, and I'm not going to talk about it, but like, ultimately I wanted to have created a job for myself by the time all 3 of my kids were in school. So that happened this year, this fall. So this was like go year, like, all right, get it. See if you can, create an income for yourself and not ever have to work for anybody else again, because that's just the way it needs to be. And so anyway, but when you pushed me a little bit, not you, your requests pushed me like to open my website and stuff, because like when I was getting a wing, I decided to release some pieces for you or design a collection for you. I thought, I need to make these available to other people, because if she sells this at shows and they sell out, I mean, it's not a good business move to not have them available on the internet to where they can order them, right? So since everything's small scale, it just made more sense, because I didn't know if I could get enough merch to you in the beginning. I mean, we will grow and I'll have help and I'll be able to over time to get more, but whatever.
For sure.
So when I did that though, I'm like, well, then she needs something. So that's when I had reps already, but they weren't getting money. I can't even remember, and I'm not going to bore everybody with that stuff, but like, you sort of pushed me to that next place of like just developing my business. It's all the stuff I was going to do. It just I just started doing it as you requested things. So anyway, I set up the sales commission thing for reps. And you're the most influencer-esque rep that we have. I mean, everything that's going on, and it's just funny how we've connected. And my other reps they're like me, they love the bracelets, they wear them, it's a part of their life, they style them, they tag me in them. And so I just thought, these are the people that they love my stuff anyway, so I need to be giving them a commission for anybody that they send my way, whatever. So, and then I wanted to give you a commission because that's like the runoff from your shows. Basically, if people couldn't get something at the show, they could come to the website and order and use your code, still get your bracelet with the charm on it, and then you would still benefit from it. So whatever, that was the whole idea. What I want to explain to people, though, is that so the rep sales commission is 15%. And when I decided this week that I was going to rally for Sadie, because this time is so devastating for anybody in this industry, and then especially that was just gaining momentum, I thought, here's the thing. I've never offered a sale. Usually when we have a sale, rep codes don't work. Nobody gets a commission because I pass basically the commission on to the customer, right? They're getting the sale, so they're getting the money that way. And so I thought, I'll do a sale, 20%, which we don't do very often, and then I'll still give Sadie her commission. And if we can sell $1,000 with that code, which will be released tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard, 11 a.m. Eastern. If we can hit $1,000, I'm going to up Sadie's commission to 20. And if we can break $2,000, we'll up that commission to 25%. And beyond. I mean, girl, so, and how I came up with that number is I know we can do that. Like, I know that we can reach 2,000. Like, that's why I feel like that's my goal. Like, that's what like, anything will be good, but like, that's my goal. And then I feel like we can double that. Like, and that would be like, I would scream, I'd be like, think that was crazy and awesome. But so I wanted to explain that here with you for any of your people watching so that they understand, because the people that really follow me already and understand how my business is structured, that makes sense to them already. But what this does is, and my people show up for me all the time, they probably have a lot of these silk bracelets already, and I know that they'll be ordering, but this gives your community an opportunity to get fun pieces at a sale price, which doesn't happen that often, and still rally for you. They're still supporting you. And that's something that I love people to understand anytime that they order from us, is that as long as they use your code, there's going to be a special code tomorrow, so nobody do anything right now. If you do something right now, if you order right now, if they could order right now, they've got to use code Sadie, and that gets free shipping. And then you get your commission. But so they're always supporting you when they do that in some capacity, the 15% capacity. And then they're also supporting small business because I buy from other small brands and shops. And so whatever, it's all a good thing. Okay, let me see. Okay, so kind of in the vein, sorry, I'm checking my notes. We probably ought to get off really soon.
I was just like, shoot, it's 36:35.
I know. Yeah, we'll get off. And then if you want to go live, you said you were going to, okay, we chatted on the phone and we talked about going live and me showing them product. Is that the live, did you mean, because you told me before that you had to go live about the show for Lover Likes. Is that the live that you get on live to remind people of that, or do you have somewhere else you have to be live too? Or is
I was just going to get on my page. The show wants me to get on mine and tell them about the show, just reminding them.
Yeah.
And then they also air the show again at 10, so I have to do that. But I figured we would go on my thing just to tell them about the sale. Yeah. And then I can get off because our show airs at 7, so. Okay,
cool. Well, we'll just hop off. I was going to ask you one last thing. Do you remember how you came across me? Like, because it was like summer of 2018. I remember the first video you sent me in November of 2018 where I posted it on my other page last night. Moon and star, is it sun and star, sun and moon? You can be the sun and I can be the moon. That song. Did you write that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't write that one. No.
Okay.
I was thinking about that today, and I could not remember.
Yeah.
I don't know, you must have shown up either on, like, the Explore option on Instagram or had some sort of ad on, like, stories, which I don't know if you had that sort of thing at that time. I don't think you do now.
No.
So I must have just seen you, honestly, on the Explore thing and saw the bracelets. Just like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I probably stalked the crap out of your page and then just like, yep, I need these.
That is so cool.
Like, I'm simple with my jewelry and this and that, and I just thought it was like perfect. It's like the perfect, bracelet that I
That's so cool. I just curious because there, I don't know, there's a whole rabbit hole on Instagram. Like you wonder, okay, I know I found so-and-so through this person and yada, yada. So I just had always kind of wondered about that. Okay, let's get off and then you can, I'm checking my notes. So you messaged me, and that was back in the day when you were like singing with your guitar, and I am a sucker for that. I was telling my people that the other day, like just the whole funny thing I've told you about me and music, and I love those stories, and you were so just good and cute, and I never knew if I'd ever hear from you again or anything, and whatever. So I'm very excited for you. Like, I just love it. I love everything about following you and your story and what you're doing, and I'm so. If you and I said goodbye right now and never talked again, like I would forever root you on and love you. I obviously, though, am not going to lie, like I would love to see one of my bracelets on your wrist when you're on stage at the CMAs. Like that's what I'm going for. Like, so that's what I mean.
It is. That's the goal.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go. I'm going to,
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Should I get off here and then go live on my page quick and just add you on there? Do you want to do that a different day?
Well,
Can you wrap up the sale thing in like 5 minutes, or do you want to wait? It's up to you.
Let's.
Wait tomorrow. So.
Yeah, no, let's do it. You go live. I have all my stuff on my desk ready. I will be super fast, and people can just peek at it, and I'll just say the details again. Okay. Thank you.
20 minutes technically, so I'm gonna. But yeah, thank you for everybody who listened here. We're gonna go live on my page. Thank you.
Okay, see you in a minute, Sadie.